Okay, so for our first section here, 1A, we're going to use the order of operations. So the first thing we're going to go over is a numerical expression. So a numerical expression, first we can define numerical. That just basically means that there's numbers. And then an expression just means that there's no equal sign. So we have 7 plus 8 plus 4. That's just an example of a numerical expression. So as you can see, it just uses numbers and there's no equal sign. So you won't get something like x equals 2 or x equals a number. Okay, so in these expressions, we're going to have a lot of exponents. So we're going to go over our first 12 like perfect squares. So an exponent, remember, is the number times itself. So it's the number times itself. So if I had like 7 to the third, for example, that would be 7 times 7 times 7. So let's do these ones over here. So we have 1 squared, which is just 1 times 1, so it's 1. 2 squared is 2 times 2, which is 4. And then 3 squared is 3 times 3, which is 9. 4 squared is 4 times 4, which is 16. I'm just going to give you the rest of these here. So 25, 36, 49, 64, 81, 100, 121, and then 144. So this is just kind of a reference for you to look back on as you need. So to do these operations here, we have to remember PEMDAS. If you haven't heard that before, we're going to go over what it means. So P stands for parentheses. So these, and sometimes before parentheses, we might have brackets like this. That's just another kind of parenthesis. E is exponents, which is what we just talked about above. So, for example, maybe x to the second or 7 to the second, something like that. M is multiplying or multiplication. So, just times something. You can see different ways of multiplication, or you might see it like in parentheses like this. D is division or divide. So, you might see it like this. You could see something like this. Or you could also see it like this. So there's different ways we could see division here. A is add, so just have an addition sign, and S is subtract. So a subtraction sign. So a thing to remember is with multiplication and division and addition and subtraction, they kind of go together, and you have to do them in order from left to right. So in order from left to right. So what this means is if you see division before multiplication, you're going to do that division first. You do it in order from left to right. But multiplication and division themselves always come before addition and subtraction. So let's try this first example here. So I see addition and I see division. So division is going to come first. So I'm going to do 16 divided by 4, which is 4. And then I have 43 plus 4, so that is 47. Okay, on the next one, I see subtraction, I see multiplication, I see addition, but I also see a set of parentheses. So I have to deal with that first. So always deal with the inside of your parentheses first. So I'm going to have 26 minus, and then 7 times 3 is 21, and then plus 2. So then I have 26 minus 21, and then plus 2. So I'll just start with this part first. So 26 minus 21 is going to leave me with 5, and then 5 plus 2 is 7. Okay, the next page, this was assigned for homework, so I'm just going to kind of quickly work through some of these for you here. So in my first one, I see parentheses, but I also see an exponent within the parentheses, so I'm going to do that. So I'll have 32 plus 6, and then in parentheses 4 minus 4, because I just did that, 2 squared, and then plus 8. Now 4 minus 4 is going to be 0. So I'm going to have 6 times 0, and 6 times 0 is just going to become 0. So we'll have 32 plus 0 plus 8, which leaves me with 40. Okay, on this next one, I have two different sets of parentheses. So I'm going to work through both of them at the same time. We'll start to. So this first one, I have 8 minus 2. So that is 6. And I have 6 squared times 8 minus 1, which is 7. I have 7 squared, and then divided by 3. So if you need to, reference your first page. 6 squared is 36. And then 7 squared is 49. And then divided by 3. So this is kind of a difficult one to do without a calculator. But if you know how to do multiplication or division the long way, you can go ahead and do that. So I would do 6 times 9, so I'd get 54. And then I would do 3 times 9, which is 27. And I'm going to add 5 to that. So I'll get 32. And I'll put a 0 here. Scratch that out. So then I'll have 6 times 4, which is 24. And then 3 times 4, which is 12. And then plus that 2, which gives me 14. And then I have 1,764. And that is divided by 3. All right, well, my pen just stopped working here. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you so I don't have to re-record this. Divided by 3 would give me 588. And then on this last one here, so you would do the parentheses first. So I would get 3 times 3, which is 9. And then I would do 9 minus 3, which is 6. And I would do 6 to the second, so 6 squared, so that's 36. That gives me 36 divided by 3 plus 3. 36 divided by 3 is 12, and then 12 plus 3 is 15. So your answer for that last one is 15. Sorry, I can't write that on here. And that is the end of our notes.